Greetings, friend. I will show you how to solve this puzzle, Whirlpool by Fuchsia. And I'll explain all Sudoku tips, tricks, and strategies as I do it. Click on the link below if you want to try the puzzle yourself, and that it is solving time. Okay, I have solved this puzzle before. It is a tough one, so go through, see if you can make and put in any marks. I bet you'll have a hard time doing that without guessing. So I will show you how to do that. This puzzle has quite a tough break-in, and it involves a strategy I love and know very well called a swordfish. So let's look at the nines. All right, and so there's three nines here. They're in three different bands. This is usually conducive to have a swordfish. Philip Newman talked about this when setting a puzzle, to kind of put them in three different bands, and then also have like these offset type cells where like the row and the column next to each other, they're not lined up, they're kind of a little offset. This will create a conducive environment for swordfish because it'll kind of block them out in certain key rows and columns and houses there. Okay, so look at the nines. Where can the nines be in this puzzle? The possibilities here. So I'm going to kind of just highlight all those. There we go. And we'll get rid of the actual nines in those three columns. And let's color that, right? Okay. So those are where the nines could be. Now, do we have a swordfish? Swordfish is 3x3 pattern, so it's either 2 or 3 in any particular row or column. And what we're looking for, as you look in these columns, 1, 4, and 7, you'll see that the nines are limited to the same 3 rows, rows 2, 5, and 8. So this creates a swordfish pattern. Now, it could be either 2 or it could be 3 possibilities, but as long as they're in those same 3 columns and rows, that creates the swordfish. And what it tells us, and I'll color this, is that we can eliminate any 9 that's in those rows and not in those columns. So you can eliminate a 9 from right here, right here, right here, and right here. And the reason being is that, basically it'll break the puzzle because the 9s are limited to those columns and rows for those 3 spots. And to show you an example here, let's say we put a 9 right here. So if you put a 9 right here, then you eliminate a 9 from this spot and this spot, right? And so I'll eliminate those 9s, which means this would have to be a 9. Okay, which would eliminate this 9 right here. And then what you'll notice is now, if you look up, this would be a 9. And now what you look is, where could you put a 9 in block 2? Well, if your 9's here and a 9's come up there, no place to put a 9 in block 2. Puzzle's broken. So we know that we can't do that. That's basically what the swordfish is telling you. You can eliminate from these spots because those will break the puzzle. Because it has to be one of these blue cells instead. So let's look here at these spots that I've highlighted and figure out exactly what can those cells be. All right, so right here, it can be 1, 3, getting a little ahead of myself there. All right, so right here, 1, 3, it can't be a 4, 5, 6, it could be a 7, 8, and it can't be a 9, so we won't have a 9 right there, okay? Cool, how about right here? It could be 2, 3, 4, can't be a 5, 6, 7, and it could be an 8. Okay, about right here, you're looking at 2, 3, 4, can't be a 5, it could be a 6, can't be a 7 or an 8, and of course it can't be a 9. And then right here, you got a 1, 3, 4, can't be a 5, 6, 7, it could be an 8. Okay, and now let's get rid of all the colors. And so that's a swordfish of 9s. But wait, we're not done. Can you see it? That didn't really make any solves yet. So let's look at the 8s. How many 8s we have? We got 3 8s. Okay, conducive to another swordfish maybe, right? So where can the 8s be? Here, here, here. There. There. And the 8s are in a lot of the same relative places that the 9s are. So maybe there's some synergy there, right? All right, so let's get rid of those 8s, the actual given 8s, And do we have another swordfish? Well, let's look here. You can actually look at the same three columns. It's column 1, 4, and 7. And sure enough, there's another swordfish. This time, though, you see there's 3 given possibilities for the 8 here in column 4. So it's still good because this is, it's still going to limit those 8s to the same 3 rows, rows 2, 5, and 8. And so where are the cells that are being affected by it? So you just look across rows 2, row 5, and row 8. Something else I want to keep in mind too is you can actually do this swordfish using these cells right here. Maybe you're like, hey, I see a swordfish in rows 3, 6, and 9. Yeah, that's fine. That's valid. With this particular swordfish, what you'll notice is you're going to eliminate the same 3 cells. It's instead of the columns 2, 5, or excuse me, 1, 4, and 7, you're going to look at rows 3, 6, and 9. But you'll see if you're looking up into the columns, it's still going to be the same 3 cells. So this swordfish works either way. So if you found that, great. What you'll probably notice too is that we've already marked those cells that we can make some eliminations from. 9. So now you can just take away all the 8s from those cells. Boom. And so now we just eliminated all those 8s there. Nice. Interesting. So you see there was some synergy going on. Let's get rid of these colors. And then let's look down, because we still haven't been able to solve anything. Something else I didn't mention, this came from the Wild West pack, which is put together by Logan Wall of Walls. Put a lot of famous setters that I know have featured on this channel before. Fuchsia I have not featured, so I really wanted to get this out there, but I'll be showing some more of those puzzles on this channel. In fact, Markov is in there, and Alternating Rings, which I've done videos on in prior, but there's some new ones I think you're going to really love. It's a great pack. Check it out on Discord. I'll put a link below. All right, let's look at the 7s. 3 7s. That means there's a chance that we could have a swordfish here. Let's do some marking. And because they're kind of clumped up, may not be as compatible. We will check this out here. Okay. Did I get every spot that could be 7? So let's check this out. And I'll get rid of these colors because that's probably a little confusing. There we go. Now, is there a swordfish of 7s? Doesn't quite look like the 9s or the 8s, but believe it or not, there is a swordfish here. This one, however, you have to look and find them in the rows, and that'll be the base sets, and then the columns will be the cover sets. So look, rows 3, 6, and 9, they'll in the same 3 columns, columns 2, 3, and 5. So we can make some eliminations here. Where can we make the eliminations? Anywhere you're looking at 2, 3, 5, that's the yellow. Okay, so those cells, we can eliminate the 7s. All right, so let's see how that works. And we're also going to be able to do some filling in, too, of the cells that we haven't done any filling before. Okay, so let's look right here first. What can be right here? Okay, it can be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't be a 7, 8, or 9. Okay, so that's a 2 or a 3. All right, how about right here? That can be a 1. Can't be a 2. Could be a 3. 4, 5, 6. Can't be a 7. Can't be an 8 or 9. Great. And then what about right here? Now, actually, right here, you can eliminate that 7. So now you got a 1, 3 naked pair, right? Because the 7 was already marked. Now we can get rid of it. What about right here? 1. Can't be a 2. Can't be a 3 now because you have the 1, 3 naked pair. The 3 can't be anywhere else in block 4. Can't be a 4, 5. Could be a 6. It actually can't be a 1 anymore either, right? Because of the pair. 6. Can't be a 7, 8, or 9. So we can actually solve this cell for a 6. Hopefully you see how that works, right? Because now you have the 1, 3 naked pair. That has to be a 6. So let's do this. And we solve that for a 6. We've actually made a solve. And we'll go right here just to kind of get that synergy. What could be right there? 1, 2, can't be a 3, can't be a 4, 5, 6, can't be a 7, 8, or 9. So that can be a 1 or a 2. So we made a solve. This is huge. Love it. All right. And I think you're going to see now we've kind of broken into this puzzle. All right. So I'm excited. We got a 1, 3 there. We got a 6 right there. What can we do with that? Well, now these ones are a pointing pair that come down. So where can a 1 be here in block 7? It can only be in this one spot right there. And then if you do some cross hatching, you see the 1 right here, the 1 can only be right there, which eliminates this one. And then a 1, a 1, and this one coming across, a 1 can only be right here, and then you can only be, 1 can be right there. So now this has to be a 2, and then the 1s can only be in this spot. And so now we can solve the 3 and the 1. Look at that. We just made a bunch of solves by using the swordfish patterns. Very cool. Okay, now let's look at these 6s. 6, 6, and this 6 coming up. We can solve for 6 right here. Only 1 left in block 1. Anything else we can do with the 6s? I can make some quick marks with the 6, but I don't really need to. All right, and let's look at the 3s. What does it do for us with the 3s? 3, 3, 2 spots for 3 here, 2 spots for 3 here. I think, though, what's really cool, look at these 3s and look at their effect on this row 1 here, right? So this can't be a 3, that can't be a 3. So the 3s are limited now to row 1 here in block 3. What that means is this is a claiming pair. And so if this is a claiming pair, 3s have to be in row 1 in block 3. Well, that means this can no longer be a 3. That has to be a 4. Great. And once you see that 4, I think now the puzzle is going to get a lot easier to solve. So you got the 4, you got this 4, only spot left for a 4 up here in block 1. We can make that mark. And then let's see where else. Now the 4 coming down here. These 4s are a pointing pair or a claiming pair, the way you want to look at it. Pointing pair, so 4, 4, these 2 4s. This has to be a 4 right here. And again, we are moving along with this puzzle really, really well. All right. Now let's see what else can we do across. Let's just look across the top first. What do we have here? We're looking for a 2, a 3, and a 5. I got this 2, so that means the 2 is now limited to this spot up here in row 1. That means this is a 3, 5. I will mark that as a naked pair. Great. Now 2, 2, 2 spots for 2 there. I'll make that mark. But I feel like we can solve this puzzle even better, because now you got this 2 here, this 2 here, only 1 spot left for a 2 up here in block 1, and then we got 2 spots for a 2 there. I'll make that mark. There's only 1 spot for 2 here in block 6, 2, 2, and what you'll see, this is another way to find a claiming pair. See these 2s? They're limited. They're both limited to rows 8 and 9 here in blocks 8 and 9, which means that's the only 2 left in row 7. So we can solve that for 2 right there using those marks. Nice. Okay. And now, what else can we do with this puzzle? Well, let's look here. We've created a lot more restrictions here. So we got this 4 cut across. So 2 spots for 4 there. I'll mark that real quick. 4, 4, 4. I can't really do anything with that. All right, but the puzzle's coming together, real nice. So I'm trying to look for like a cool way to kind of get through the solve here. Yeah, and so we'll look at the 3s. The 3s I think might be the way to go. Only 1 spot left for 3. Here in block 1, which means the 3s are one of these 2 spots, but you got a 3 right here, so that's going to be your 3. And then we still got the 3, 5 right there. Can't do anything about that. And then if we look 3, 3. 2 spots for a 3 there. I'll just mark that, just kind of remind myself. All right. And any other 3s that I can see? No, not yet. But what's left here? We're looking for a 7 and an 8. I'll mark the 7 and an 8. What's up in here? Looking for a 5, 7, 9, 7, 9. So this has to be your 5. Here's a 7, 9. And I remember I did solve this puzzle before. I'm not sure if I actually said that. This 7, 9 pair was there from the beginning with these givens, 7, 9, 7, 9. And that's about as far as you could get without using the swordfish. Okay, so 5, 5, got the 3, 5 there. And then what are we looking for in here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6, 8, 9. There's the 8 and a 9, so that's got to be your 6. And so this would be an 8, 9. Okay. And so now let's look down here, looking for 2, 3, 5 in column 9. So the 3 down there, the 3, can't be a 3 there, can't be a 3 there. This has to be a 3. This has to be a 2, this has to be your 5. Okay, and then 5 and 5, I can see that I can solve that for a 5. Nice. And then 5 and 5 here means I can solve this for a 5. And so we'll just kind of do some more cross-hatching. And you see this 5 cut across, so 5 can't be there. So 5 has to be one of those spots. That's a pointing pair. So this pointing pair of 5s means the 5s in column 7 will be limited to block 9, which means that cannot be a 5 anymore. That has to be a 3, and then that can be a 5. Okay, now with this 3 and this 3, we got a 3 right here. So that's no longer a 3. Nice. And I think we got all the 3s. Great. So then you look like, where is the place that has, the next greatest restrictions, right? Oh, I actually didn't get quite all the 3s. We got one more 3 right there. There we go. So I'm looking across row 4. There was no 3 in there. We do need also a 6 and a 7. All right, so I'll mark that real quick like. And what are we missing here? So 6, 7, 9. We got the 7 there. And then across here, you're looking for 7, 8, 9. Can we do better than that right now? I feel like there's more we can do here. Yep, we got this full house. This is where I need to concentrate. Right, there's only one cell remaining, full house. And I have my all single cell solving methods. When you get to the full house, you always want to mark that. So I'll put a link to that here if you want to check that out. Help you with this particular solve. Okay, and so now the 7s are limited to these 2 spots, which makes another pointing pair, which means this cannot be a 7. That has to be a 9. Then that would be a 7, and now we can disambiguate all this stuff up here. This was a very fun solve, Fuchsia. I really appreciate it. I like your style. I would like to feature more of your puzzles in the future, and I want to kind of make some solves here. Hopefully you can kind of follow along with what I'm doing. 4, 4, that has to be a 4 now, and then you're going to do your 9 right there. 9, 9, that's a 9, that's 4. I like to take advantage of the Snyder notation marks when I can. And we got another 9 right there, 9, 9. This has to be your 9 right there. Sweet. And 6, 7, well, we got a 7 right here, so that's your 6. That's your 7. That's your 6. That's your 7. Okay, getting near the end here. Another full house. It's easier to look for the full houses in the block than it is to look all the way down that column, but you can do it either way, and you'll still get the right answer. We got the 7 there. We got this 2, so that means this has to be a 2. Get rid of this mark. And what do we have left there? We got a 6 and an 8. Another full house. The 8's up top, so that's your 6. That's your 8. We know we got a 5 is one thing and 6 is the other, so here's your 6. So there's your 6, there's your 5, and then here's your 5 up here, and the last cell would be an 8. If you want to see some more cool swordfish solving, check out this other video where I do a little bit different take on the swordfish pattern to get some solving in. Don't forget to buy me a coffee link. Thank you so much, Fuchsia, for letting me feature your puzzles on this channel. You're an awesome setter. Thank you so much for watching.